Alright, five most fucking overrated teams in the league, and we'll start off with I don't know if the fans are still on Philly, but man, Vegas still is. Why the fuck are they always 6 point, 7 point favorites over teams when. Listen, I looked up the stat, because I was curious. So I just fucking looked it up, figured it out myself. Last year, the Eagles had 9 wins of 7 or more. 9. Guess how many they have this year? They have 1. They have 1 fucking win of a touchdown or more. Yeah, that's not a fucking playoff team to me. That's not. I mean, they're lucky that they're even at 4 wins. Honestly, they're scoring 22 points a fucking game. Are you kidding me? How do you go from a Super Bowl winner with your backup quarterback and then you get your fucking MVP starter back and you can't even score more than 22 points a game? That's fucking ridiculous. And I mean, just another one-hit wonder team. There's fucking been so many of them. Just like this next team, the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, man. I mean, I feel like people can't get last year out of their heads when they think of these two teams. I mean, yes, Kirk Cousins is fucking great. I love Kirk Cousins. But is Kirk Cousins going to have a better year than Case Keenum did? Because Case Keenum had a fucking amazing year. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins isn't as good as Wow, that's a tongue twister. Fuck. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins is not better than Case Keenum, but is he going to have a better year? No, because that was fucking absurd what Case Keenum did. So, I mean, they're not the same. Same thing with the Eagles. Like, I don't see them winning a playoff game. I don't even know if they're in the playoffs. Honestly, I mean, with Seattle surging, I don't see them in the playoffs. And that defense, it's good in the red zone. It's not been good anywhere else, honestly. They've been exposed a couple times this year. And yeah, I just don't see them winning a playoff game. And third team on this list, I know this is going to piss everybody off because I don't know why. It's everyone's Super Bowl fucking dark horse pick. The LA Chargers. Man, I cannot wait to bet against them in the playoffs because they have beaten 0 great teams. They've beaten 1 good team in Seattle. Okay, that's a good win, but it's not fucking amazing. I mean, the argument I was hearing all year is, yeah, they have 2 losses and it's to the 2 best teams in football. Well, you got fucked in both those games. You got fucked. The Chiefs exposed you week 1, and the Rams completely fucked you up. Those were not competitive games. I mean, they're the definition of mediocre for me. You beat the shitty teams, you lose to the fucking great teams. And then you beat or you lose to the Broncos or Seahawks, the teams that are right around your talent level. And man, I do not see them winning anything in the playoffs. People are saying they still might win the division. Are you fucking nuts? They are not going into Arrowhead and winning. Are you fucking crazy? The Chiefs own that division consistently. That's what I like in a fucking team that I'm going to bet my money on, consistency, and the Chargers don't give it to me. You lose to the fucking Broncos. You beat the Niners by 2. And by the way, if you just look at their fucking wins, they've beaten the Raiders twice. They've beaten the Niners. They've beaten the fucking Cardinals. Who else have they beat? Some other fucking shitbag teams. Shitbag. I don't see them winning a playoff game. They have no home field advantage either, so even if they did win that division, I don't see anyone fucking being scared of going to LA to face 10,000. Not even. It's gonna be a home game for whoever the fuck plays there, so yeah. I love their roster. I love Phillip Rivers. I just don't see them fucking winning anything because they have not beaten a good team in a long time.